morning. Families across Illinois breathing a sigh of relief as those SNAP benefits begin to roll in, when those families could finally see the full amount of benefits. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalie Bomke. Tensions remain high in Broadview after multiple protesters were arrested this morning. Roseanne Tellez joins us live from Broadview with the latest. Roseanne, what has developed over the last couple hours there?
Well, Natalie, the day started with prayer and song and excitement about the impending release of 13 detainees who were ordered to be set free by a judge today. But in less than an hour, protesters were being pulled from the crowd and put in handcuffs. A crowd of faith leaders and protesters was larger than normal today. They were chanting one moment, "Shut it down," referring to the ICE facility behind me, and then they were surging the next moment. State police and Cook County sheriffs, along with Broadview police and assists from them, were holding the line at first, then taking protesters to the ground. We saw at least 4 protesters handcuffed and taken away by Cook County Sheriff's Police. One of those officers, stopping to make sure he first retrieved a female protester's glasses, which he placed on her face since her hands were behind her back. The skirmish lasted about 20 minutes and came in waves, really. There would be a surge, a couple of people taken down, and then things would quiet for a moment and start over. Again, an interesting day. It started with everyone in good spirits as 13 detainees are set to be released by noon today. We don't know from where. They've been sent to various facilities around the state, but hundreds more could be released on home confinement. And attorneys say by the end of this, thanks to this judge's court order, thousands could end up being released because they were arrested without a warrant. So again, things quiet again right here. As you can see, the crowd is mostly dispersed and the state police have pulled back and things have settled down. But it was an interesting 30 minutes here outside the ICE detention facility in Broadview. Back to you, Natalie, in the studio.
Thank you. And our political correspondent, Roseanne Tellez, is in studio with me here. He is saying that his sources tell him 21 people were arrested there in total this morning. All right. Thank you, Roseanne.
Yes, yeah.
All right, we lost her there. 12:02 now, and we want to give you a live look outside. We're also focused on the weather headline today, and you can see a lot of tourists are out there enjoying these warm temperatures, Caitlin, if we can call them warm at this point.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be warm today and tomorrow. Beautiful. And you can see how busy it is out there at Cloud Gate. No surprise. And from our Shed Aquarium camera, I've seen more people out and about getting in that sunshine and the mild temperatures. We really have to soak this in because this is well above normal, and the 40s will be here again by the end of the weekend. Right now, satellite radar shows clear skies. It's sunny from Chicago points west into northwest Indiana. Here's your day planner. Temperatures in the mid-60s today. So 65 degrees by 3, by 5, 61. Tomorrow is going to be another beautiful, mild day, but the clouds are going to be here, especially the first part of the day. By the afternoon, we're going to start to see some clearing. It will be a gusty day. On Saturday, we could see winds around 25 miles per hour. Same thing on Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday night. But Sunday, things are going to calm down as the cold temperatures settle in. So 49 expected to be our high on Sunday. And before we get to that 49, dropping down into the 30s Saturday night. So in the meantime, today, it is going to be a quiet day with the sunny skies. Tomorrow, yes, we have a few clouds around, but the temperatures will be phenomenal yet again. A full check of your 7-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Caitlin. Chicago police are looking for 2 people in connection to a double murder. Police say a robbery happened near the 3800 block of West 26th Street last Saturday. Moments later, police say the robber got into a fight with 2 other men who he shot and killed. The victims, a 63-year-old man and a 25-year-old man. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Some key Chicago City Council members are urging Mayor Brandon Johnson to slow down on his $16.7 billion budget proposal that raises a host of taxes. Political reporter Paris Schutz is in studio with me this morning, and he explains.
Yeah, Natalie, by all accounts, the mayor's pulling out all the stops to secure the 26 votes needed for his budget, and he wants to secure them fast. Now, this is the mayor is additionally floating $1.3 billion in borrowing for infrastructure spending. A lot of that would go to alders to use for their desired projects in their wards. One alderman, David Moore, says the mayor is going to use TIF funding for a long sought after Park District field house in his ward. So an example of the wheeling and the dealing to possibly secure those budget votes. But a key alderperson, Pat Dowell, who is Mayor Johnson's selection to lead the Finance Committee, she is saying slow down. The city has until the end of the year to approve a budget, so why fast track it? The sources tell me they believe the mayor is angling for a vote next week, perhaps as early as Monday. Dowell is opposed to the employee head tax, which would charge companies with more than 100 employees $21 per employee per month. There are other controversial taxes, including a cloud computing tax and a first-of-its-kind social media tax. Now, Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins is questioning the timing, as folks will be hearing about these higher taxes just as their second installment Cook County property tax bills arrive in the mail.
But that's going to create the kind of atmosphere that will make it difficult for this mayor to pass a budget that doesn't include any cuts and efficiencies. People will open their tax bill and they'll get angry and they'll call their elected official and they'll say, what's going on here? Why did my bills go up? They don't want to hear that elected official say, well, you know, we're going to tax you even more this year, but don't worry about it. That's a very hard sell in an anti-tax environment like we're faced with right now.
So right now, hearings are underway at City Council, as they have been all week. And again, the mayor possibly angling for a vote on this next week. These other alder people, Natalie, saying, whoa, let's slow down. Let's look at more cuts. Let's look at more efficiencies. And let's think twice about that proposed employee head tax.
I mean, if they could tax walking on the sidewalks, they just might as well here in Chicago.
Or spitting on the sidewalk, or chewing gum.
Yeah, we'll have to see, I guess. They come up with lots of creative ways, Paris. And Paris mentioned it here. Heads up to homeowners. Cook County property tax bills are being mailed out today. The second installment, mark this on your calendar, is due December 15th. It was supposed to be due in August, but got delayed because they say of problems with the county's property tax system upgrade. By the way, I just checked yesterday to see if my property tax bill in Cook County had been listed. Still was not on the website. So hopefully it'll be updated today if those bills go out today. With the shutdown over, full SNAP benefits are rolling out for families across the state, and food pantries are still helping to fill the gap. Gabriella Primus has that story for us.
The St. Sabina Service Center, one of the only food pantries open 5 days a week, and there was a line outside the door starting at 9 a.m. as they waited for the doors to open, a familiar sight during this lapse in benefits, but still the need is great. Illinois officials say they expect full SNAP food assistance to begin flowing today. Nearly 2 million people in the state rely on the SNAP program to buy groceries. They will receive the full benefits by November 20th. Food pantries across the Chicago area, like St. Sabina, were unable to match the need created by the $350 million lapse in monthly federal funding for people and families across the state. Illinois Department of Human Services said in a statement yesterday, in part, the crisis was entirely avoidable. The Trump administration had the funding to fully support SNAP, but chose not to, putting tens of millions of Americans at risk of hunger. End quote. The White House didn't respond for a comment. We spoke to Tim Allison, an executive director here at St. Sabina Social Service Center. He says the last handful of weeks have been pretty overwhelming.
The people still are in need. They need our service, and SNAPs is not enough for a lot of families, so that's where we come in at. So we're here for the community, so anyone that needs service, they can come to us.
Tim said before the lapse in benefits, they served about 150 to 200 people, and during the lapse, they served double that amount, meaning that the shelves are not as stocked right now as they'd like them to be. There's no meat in the freezer today, but they're working to get everything that families need. They're asking the community to step up as they recover and as they continue to offer services. Gabriella Primus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Cute, Gabby. The Salvation Army is handing out 600 free turkeys, Thanksgiving sides, gift cards, and winter weather gear to veterans in need tomorrow. And this is video of volunteers gearing up for the big event last year. You can see it's a huge undertaking. The nonprofit is teaming up with the Chicago Bears and Miller Lite for the annual turkey drop. You can sign up for a free turkey by going to salarmy.us/turkey drop. We put the web address right there on your screen. There are still more than 100 slots available. Pickup will be from 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow at the Jewel Osco on 2940 North Ashland Avenue in Chicago's Lakeview neighborhood. McDonald's is continuing to help families in need this holiday season. Today, hundreds lined up early in Harvey as volunteers handed out free turkey, baked goods from Lewis Bakeries, and a gift card. Organizers say the goal is to support families facing rising costs and make the holidays a little bit easier. It's time to lace up those ice skates. The skating ribbon at Maggie Daly Park is now open for the season. Sky Fox was over the park this morning. Skating sessions are 2 hours. To sign up for reservations, you can head to our website, fox32chicago.com. So here's hoping the weather holds up for it, and I think it will. More news here on Fox 32 News at noon.
The White House continues its military buildup in the Caribbean as Venezuela mobilizes its troops. I'm Mather Rivera in Washington with the details coming up.
Flight delays and cancellations continue to pile up as air traffic controllers get back to work. Coming up, a live look at the situation in Atlanta at the nation's busiest airport. And a seal takes refuge on a photographer's boat to escape a pod of killer whales. We'll show you what she captured.
The holidays are all...
Even with the government back open, many travelers are still facing delays and cancellations. The FAA says it's keeping a 6% flight reduction in place at 40 major U.S. airports until they believe air travel can get back to normal. Chelsea Torres is live at the nation's busiest airport in Atlanta. And Chelsea, what are travelers seeing now?
Hi, Natalie. Good afternoon. Well, I can tell you across the country, there's over 1,200 delays and over 600 cancellations. Just there at O'Hare, it's just under 90 combined delays and cancellations. But despite these disruptions to these airlines, a lot of people are just telling me that they're really glad that the government shutdown is finally over.
About time. I think as a nation, it's pretty sad that it was down that long.
This morning when we went through TSA, I'm like, every single one of these people were affected and, you know, like weren't getting paid, but like, were they still showing up? That's amazing. I don't know if I would show up to my job if I wasn't getting paid.
For 43 days, thousands of federal workers, including TSA officers and air traffic controllers, did not get paid. Many called out of work, causing staffing shortages. But now, the FAA says more air traffic controllers are finally coming back. So those flight cuts will stay at 6%, at least until the agency can see data showing airlines can go back to normal. Now, fortunately, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic controllers will get back pay within a couple of days. And within hours of the shutdown ending, the Department of Homeland Security announced a bonus check of $10,000 for any TSA officer who did show up to work every day during the shutdown.
We are going to not only continue their paychecks like they should have received all along, but also they're going to get a bonus check for stepping up, taking on extra shifts, for showing up each and every day, for serving the American people.
And airlines like Delta say that they're already expecting normal operations for this weekend. American and Delta say they're just gearing up now for that Thanksgiving travel, which, Natalie, we're just under 2 weeks away from that.
All right, thanks so much, Chelsea, live in Atlanta for us. The most advanced aircraft carrier in the U.S. is approaching Venezuela as the White House ramps up pressure on the leader there, Nicolas Maduro. It comes as Venezuela deploys weapons and military personnel. Madeline Rivera has more.
The world's largest warship is nearing waters off Venezuela, joining a massive U.S. naval buildup in the region. The Pentagon ordered the USS Gerald R. Ford, along with its 4,000 sailors, to leave the Middle East ahead of schedule to assist with President Trump's anti-narco trafficking push.
You have to disincentivize this industry that these terrorists are using to flood our country with heroin, with cocaine, with fentanyl. U.S.
military strikes in the Caribbean have targeted nearly 24 suspected drug smuggling boats, killing more than 70 people. In response to the military buildup, Venezuela's defense minister ordered the country's 200,000 soldiers to prepare for war.
Since they cannot say that we have hidden biological or chemical weapons, they invent a bizarre narrative so false that it collapses and no one believes it.
This week, Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth announced Operation Southern Spear, saying the mission, quote, secures our homeland from the drugs that are killing our people. There are also reports that senior military officials met with President Trump to discuss potential land strikes in Venezuela, but that no final decision has been made. This despite concerns from some lawmakers over whether the strikes are illegal.
The president has made it very clear he's not going to allow terrorists to bring illegal drugs that kill American citizens into our great country.
The U.S. says Gerald R. Ford's arrival brings the number of troops in the region to about 15,000. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox 32 Chicago.
House lawmakers are speeding towards a vote next week on releasing files related to the sex trafficking investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Newly released documents raising questions about Epstein and his associates, including a 2019 email he wrote to a journalist that said President Donald Trump, quote, knew about the girls. The White House accuses Democrats of selectively leaking the email to smear Trump.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep.
The president has not been accused of any crimes related to Epstein. Convicted child sex trafficker and Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell told the Justice Department this summer that she never saw any wrongdoing by Trump. L.A. County investigating State Farm over wildfire insurance claims. Officials say the insurance company may have violated California's unfair competition law by underpaying or denying claims after the Eaton and Palisades fires. State Farm says the investigation is a distraction from its work in helping customers recover from those fires. We'll talk about being at the right place at the right time. A photographer captures footage of a seal jumping onto her boat to escape a group of killer whales. Video shows a group of orcas seemingly hunting a harbor seal. You see the little guy there. One of the photographers says her focus shifted from taking photos to hoping for the seal's safety.
When we got closer to the whales, we noticed that a hunt was occurring because we saw behavior such as tail lobs and porpoising, which sometimes indicates, them hunting something. I'm definitely team orca all day, every day. But once that seal was on the boat, I kind of turned team seal just because, you have to when it's on your boat.
Those are some wild photos. The photographer says after 15 to 20 minutes, the whales gave up the chase and the seal stayed on the boat until they made it back to shore. I know Caitlin Cody here is such a huge animal lover, so she would probably be like, where do you want to go? Like the getaway driver.
Oh, don't you know it? I can't believe she was like, I'm team orca every day, all day. What? How? What? That little baby needed your help. I know she said once it was on her boat, she was team. Would you kick that seal back in the water, Natalie?
No, I wouldn't want to get close to that seal because it would bite me. So I would just let the seal do what it wanted.
I think, come here, little seal, you'll be all right. All right, let's talk about the weather. It is going to be a wonderful rest of our day. We are already in the 60s, Chicago, 61 degrees outside currently with the sunshine. A light breeze coming in out of the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. This weekend, it's kind of 50-50. Tomorrow is going to be very mild, back to the 60s. And then on Sunday, we have highs in the 40s. So let's get into your forecast. I know you're making your weekend plans. Right now, seeing a good mix of the 60s. In fact, it is 67 degrees at LaSalle right now. 65 in Morris, 66 in Kankakee. Temperatures ranging in the 60s for Northwest Indiana, upper 60s as we get down to Jasper, Newton counties, which is where I expect us to be in Chicago. 65 or 66 is our high today. Getting on into the evening, 7:15, temperatures already dropping back down to the 50s, and it will be a mild and quiet night tonight. But tomorrow, we start off with some cloud cover. In the morning. By the afternoon, more sunshine will be here. This is even 11:30, so late morning, early afternoon. We already are seeing the clouds depart. Temperatures back to the mid and upper 60s tomorrow. And the wind, yeah, it's going to get kind of gusty. We're going to have winds gusting to about 25 miles per hour tomorrow as well as tomorrow night. A cold front is going to be shifting on through, and that's why Sunday is drastically different. Highs only in the 40s on Sunday, so it will be a beautiful second half of our weekend, but the temperatures are going to be below normal. Normal high, 50. With that being said, next week, we are looking at a long stretch of the 40s. Monday's dry at 45. Chance for a wintry mix Monday night. A little bit of light rain early Tuesday. Tuesday's high 45, and then 46 expected on Wednesday. Natalie.
Caitlin, thank you. A deadly cancer is connected to ultra-processed foods. New research explains what to avoid to stay healthy. And stress could increase your chances of developing dementia. What Penn State researchers discovered.
It's Fox.
In today's Health Watch, new research links a higher intake of ultra-processed foods to a greater risk of colorectal cancer precursors among women. Precursors can include everything from polyps to microscopic growths. The study found those with the highest consumption of sugary sodas, processed meats, candies, and more had a 45% higher chance of developing those growths. The research was conducted on women under the age of 50. A death in New Jersey is believed to be the first from a meat allergy caused by a tick bite. Last year, a man died after eating a steak dinner along with a hamburger while camping. His wife asked for another review of the autopsy that listed the cause as a sudden unexplained death. The 47-year-old had about a dozen bites that turned out to be from a Lone Star tick larva. Bites from Lone Star ticks can make people more sensitive to a sugar found in the meat of the mammals. It can cause a severe allergic reaction, including rash, nausea, and vomiting. A lot of people are living in pain. A new report finds 1 in 3 people are living with headache disorders. Researchers found it's especially bad for women, who experience more than double the headache-related health problems than men. And while it seems instinctive and helpful to reach for a painkiller, experts say too many are doing that too often, and that can cause something called medication overuse headaches. Stress could be a contributing factor when it comes to Alzheimer's disease and dementia. While the CDC warns how long-term stress can increase the risk for high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and other things, new research from Pennsylvania State University is revealing how stress could be a contributing factor to Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
Blood flow is very important for supplying nutrients and oxygen to the brain. And as you get older, the amount of blood flowing to your brain goes down. And this flow is controlled by the neurons in the brain.
When mice were placed under stress, those neurons were damaged or even died. Doctors noted that the exact causes of Alzheimer's and dementia do remain unknown. A new controversy is brewing over so-called peptides that are pitched to rejuvenate skin and extend your life. The FDA has taken strong action against peptide makers in recent years, but that is expected to end soon. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a big fan of the injectables and is vowing to end what he calls the FDA's war on peptides, a popular stance within the Make America Healthy Again movement.
None of them are proven. None of them have gone through what would be considered adequate clinical trials in people.
Doctors say they're getting more questions from patients about peptides. However, there are no clear answers just yet. Meantime, Pfizer getting ready to launch its program lowering drug prices in collaboration with the Trump administration service, Trump RX. The program's designed to give Americans more direct access to medications without relying on traditional insurers or middlemen. Pfizer's CEO says it'll be ready by December.
A lot of patients that were abandoning in the counter of the pharmacy their scripts because they couldn't afford them, now they will. So we will have more medicines into the hands of the patients and a healthier America.
Pfizer says it will have a website with 40-plus products included in the Trump RX platform. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Here's a look at some of the top stories we're following at noon. Protesters clashed with law enforcement outside the Broadview ICE facility this morning. The Cook County Sheriff's Office says a total of 21 people were arrested. Right now, it's unclear if any charges will be filed. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story throughout the day. Heads up, homeowners. Cook County property tax bills are being mailed out today. The second installment is due December 15th. It was supposed to be due in August, but got delayed because of problems with the county's property tax system upgrade. I just checked online, by the way. The bills are updated online as of right now. All right, time to lace up those ice skates. A skating ribbon at Maggie Daly Park is now open for the season. Skating sessions, 2 hours. To sign up for reservations, you can head to our website, fox32chicago.com. And meteorologist Caitlin Cody is taking a look at the lakefront this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, and it is going to be warm out there for people who want to ice skate.
That's right. Temperatures in the 60s today, as well as tomorrow. Absolutely stunning day today. Tomorrow, temperatures will be warm, but the winds will be a little bit stronger, and it's going to be cloudy in the morning. So talking about our weather headlines, the 60s making a return for a couple of days. I hope you enjoy it. Soak it in, because a cold front is going to be dropping us down to the 30s Saturday night, and then highs on Sunday are only going to be in the 40s. And next week, below normal temperatures are expected. A long stretch of 40s will be here. Our 24-hour temperature change, no surprise, 13 degrees warmer right now at the lakefront compared to yesterday at this time. 10-degree jump at O'Hare, 11 degrees warmer from Aurora to Joliet to Morris. Northwest Indiana temperatures around 5 to 15 degrees warmer than yesterday, leaving us in the 60s. So it's 60 on the dot at the lakefront, 61 at O'Hare, 62 at Midway, 66 in Kankakee. Feeling good. Highs today could be tagging 70, especially for our southern counties. So Jasper, Newton counties, Kankakee down to LaSalle. That's where you could be hitting 70. Mid-60s are expected for us in Chicago. Tonight, a mild night. Temperatures dropping into the mid and upper 50s. And then tomorrow, we're back to the upper 60s, if not low 70s. Now, again, tomorrow, we're going to have a few clouds, especially early. By the afternoon, more sunshine will be here. As far as the winds go, we could see gusts to about 25 miles per hour. So it's not going to be incredibly windy, but just a little bit gusty at times tomorrow, as well as tomorrow night, because that cold front is swinging on by. So let's take a look at the maps. Here's your futurecast to show today how quiet it is before the clouds build early tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, that cold front picking up those winds, dragging in that northerly breeze, which is going to drop our temperatures from the 60s in the afternoon down to the 30s at night. Sunday, sunny and beautiful, but 49 is our high. Monday around 45, we have the chance for a touch of wintry mix Monday night. So a little bit of wet weather moving in. You could see a few snowflakes mixing in too. And then Tuesday, the chance for rain, especially early. 45 is our high Tuesday. Wednesday, right around 46 with the chance for wet weather returning. Next Thursday, highs staying in the upper 40s. Natalie.
Thank you, Caitlin. Coming up, a look at today's business headlines.
There's no
Welcome back. We are tracking the New York Stock Exchange. Right now, the Dow Jones trading below 238, negative 240 points now. It's now time to look at your business headlines with Brian Yennis.
Now that the government has reopened, there is concern that economic data delayed during the shutdown and finally being released will create more uncertainty. And there's concern that the Fed might not lower interest rates in December.
Investors need to look beyond December because in the first half of 2026, the Fed is going to become markedly more dovish. And so interest rate cuts in the first and second quarters of 2026 are more likely to be the case.
Walmart CEO Doug McMillon will retire in January after leading the company for almost 12 years. He will stay on as an advisor through January 2027. The retail giant's head of U.S. operations, John Furner, will take over as CEO in February. Entertainment industry giants Paramount, Skydance, Comcast, and Netflix all reportedly preparing bids for Warner Brothers Discovery. The initial deadline for submissions is set for November 20th for non-binding first-round offers. And the fuzzy mini monsters known as Labubus are resulting in a trend you'll be seeing this holiday season. More blind box toys. They come packaged, and you won't know which one you have until you open it. Toy prices have been going up, but the little blind box toys remain affordable. That's a look at Biz in New York. I'm Brian Yennis, Fox News.
I don't know if affordable is the word I would use, Brian, but thank you. A new way to sip and shop. The Fashion Outlets of Chicago is rolling out its first ever holiday wine walk. Coming up, we'll tell you what guests can expect. We're getting a taste of the holiday season at the Fashion Outlets of Chicago. The Rosemont shopping destination is hosting its first ever wine walk, giving guests a chance to sip and shop. I can't think of anything better to do. Joining us now is Senior Marketing Manager for the Fashion Outlets of Chicago, Katie Walsh. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. We're so excited about this event.
Well, you're not the only one. So tell me how this works.
Sure. So from 1 to 4 this Saturday, November 15th, we're hosting, as you said, our first ever wine walk. So people can check in down by Tapville Social, who is our sponsor, right by the food court. There'll be 6 tasting stations in various stores all throughout level 2. Folks can take their time, enjoy them. Plus, we have wine charm bars, so folks can make their own little wine charms, up to 3 of them. So the hope is come holiday shop, have some wine while you do it, and have a good time.
I love that. And you're also helping out the restaurant that's serving the wine, right? Or at least introducing people to it who have never been before.
Correct. So at Fashion Outlets of Chicago, we were the first mall where you can actually drink in the common area of the shopping center. Very Vegas style. But yeah, you can get a cocktail from Tapville, or we have Crepe Cafe, and then walk around and shop with it. So that's to let folks know. A part of this event is to let them know about that as well.
And then tell me about some of the stores, the retailers that are participating in this, and they're offering some great discounts.
They are. So everyone who signs up will receive our savings pass, which will get them special deals all throughout the mall. Plus, we have stores offering an additional 20% off, an additional 15% off markdown. So stores like 7 for All Mankind, Maj, Le Creuset has some special deals. So you're not going to want to miss that.
Tory Burch, too, is
Tory
also
Burch.
on the list.
Yes.
I checked it out.
Yes.
Now, people do need to purchase a ticket for this event.
They do. So it's $25 to participate in the event. It can be purchased online or day of down by Tapville Social near the food court. So options for folks. We just ask check in by 3. That gives you an hour to visit all 6 stations if you'd like to.
Now, I have to ask you about Black Friday at the Fashion Outlets of Chicago, because that parking garage can get crazy. So if you are planning to shop on Black Friday, what is your best advice?
Well, we're opening at 6 a.m. on Black Friday. So come early. The spots are there in the beginning of the day. It tends to get a little bit busier in the afternoon.
So backed up, and then you got to wait in a line to get into the garage.
Now, good news for us. The Rosemont Theater, who's a great partner to us, is letting us use their lot, and they actually don't have any performances those weekends. So it's actually going to make traffic easier and better for folks than it's ever been.
I love that, because I've been in that line to get into the parking garage, and I'm like, also the deals. So is it better off to shop like this weekend, say? Will the same deals be offered that'll be offered on Black Friday, or should we hold off?
It's a great question. So a lot of the stores have started deals already. They're already offering up to 50% off. It's Fashion Outlets. We're an outlet mall.
That's true, yes.
So they're already offering great deals. Some of them will have special Black Friday promotions where they're offering even a little bit more on top of what they're already doing. So you're not necessarily missing out if you start shopping now, but you can save a couple more dollars if you wait until Black Friday.
There are restaurants at the mall. I assume if we're going to shop on Black Friday and then we plan on having lunch, we should make a reservation. What are some of the restaurants that you would recommend?
Sure. So we have a food court in Fashion Outlets of Chicago. So actually folks can come up and enjoy anything they want. We have everything from burgers to teriyaki chicken to ramen options. We actually opened up Fizzy, which has the new soda trend that's out there. So a lot of options for folks.
Is there anything that we left off the table here?
Santa starts today. So Santa is officially at Fashion Outlets of Chicago today at 2 o'clock. We're excited to have him back. Right, he's always got a smile. Visits with Santa are always free. So we hope folks come by and enjoy that experience.
Katie, thank you so much. It will be so much fun this Saturday. Make sure you get a ticket in advance if you're going to do the wine tasting.
Yes.
Or you could come, I guess you can just get a ticket and show up at the door too, which is probably what I would do. 12:46 now. More news here on Fox 32 News at noon.
Coming up, guys, if you're looking for the perfect gift for someone this holiday season, forget the department stores. Come on out to Lincoln Square. Come to Jeans. You're going to want to get some of this stuff, and you're going to want to get it fast. We'll tell you more coming up. Chicago.
Our noon show will be wrapping up in just about 10 minutes, but Chicago Live is just getting started. Anita Blanton standing by with a look at what's ahead. Hey, Anita.
Hey, Natalie. Yes. Happy Friday. Boy, what a week it has been for everyone. And we have another round of powerful conversations coming up for you on Chicago Live today. The executive director of the Cannabis Business Association of Illinois is going to be joining me to talk about one of our biggest trending stories online right now, the federal budget deal that bans hemp-derived THC products in Illinois and nationwide. Also, we're checking back in with the Greater Chicago Food Depository now that the government shutdown has ended. They say full funding of SNAP benefits will ease an unprecedented crisis that they have been feverishly working to mitigate from their side of things, but they're also still calling out Congress's priorities moving forward. And speaking of priorities, a new OIG report on Chicago public school spending has plenty of people questioning how our tax dollars are being used. State Comptroller Susana Mendoza, who is finishing out a third term in her current seat, leaving the door open to running for mayor of Chicago, will be with me, and she is not holding back her criticism of CPS's travel tab, shall we say. Oh, and of course, because it's Friday, we've got to talk football. From high school on up to the NFL, we've got you covered. It's only right. So those are just a few of the things that we have lined up. And of course, we're always taking you live to anything that pops up during our time here on Chicago Live, beginning online at 1 p.m. Nat?
All right, thanks so much, Anita. We'll be there. A local sausage shop has been cranking out the good stuff for decades. And now instead of turkey for Thanksgiving, they want you to think sausage. Jake Hamilton takes us inside.
That's right, guys. If you're looking for the perfect gift this holiday season, forget the big box department stores, forget the websites. What about jeans out here in Lincoln Square? But listen, if you want to get in here, you better do it fast. Let's go. Derek, I got to ask you, you guys have been around coming up on 60 years. It means you're doing something right. What is how much of your success and it is just not changing tradition?
Well, that's kind of what we do. We've been using the old world recipes now for over 54 years here in Chicago that were brought down from my grandfather to my father, and now I'm slowly learning it. But it's an art. It's something that, you know, takes a lifetime to learn.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's correct.
You know, I was talking with Gene a little bit earlier this morning, guys, and I was thinking, I was like, where are all the machines that do these things? And what's automatic? What did you say is automatic?
Automatic is power.
It's the power. It's the muscle, which he's still got.
Yes.
I mean, we were just saying you make it look easy, but it's not, because if it was, everybody would do it. What's the secret to the success?
The secret is of the success, you want to have a do it.
Mm-hmm. You have to want to do it.
Want to do it.
Yes.
And, you know, this way, if you want to
meet, and we do it literally on demand. It's a lot of work, but that's, you know, what people expect from us.
Really quick, where can people come out and find you guys? Where can they get more information?
So we are located in Lincoln Square, 4750 North Lincoln Avenue, or you can visit our website at www.genesausage.com.
If you'd like for your holiday season to taste just a little better, come on out to Gene's in Lincoln Square. On that note, we're going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Jake. Coming up, Caitlin will have a final check of the forecast. Sam's Club is tapping into millennial nostalgia. With the return of a beloved childhood toy, the warehouse chain has announced the return of the Easy Bake Oven. Company says the toy oven has been revamped to include heating elements similar to a conventional oven. So no longer the light bulb that warms the stuff in there. The new oven retails for about $35. The original was first released in the 1960s. Did you ever have one of those, Caitlin?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember how terrible the baked goods tasted when they came out of there?
I can't remember that. Is it kind of like, you know, those frozen meals for kids? And there's like that part that has the brownie in it?
Right.
Is that kind of what it tastes like?
That was the consistency. But it was a packet of stuff, and I think you mixed it with water, and then you poured it into the little form, and then the light bulb cooked it.
I think I had a hoot with one of those things. Although I did hear, I'm glad they changed the heating element because that was kind of hazardous. Kids were burning their hands.
Right. So
there's no turn off or like an automatic. I remember reading something about that.
Yeah. So this one has, I think, coils that heat up, kind of like a traditional oven. But we looked online. It is recommended for children 8+.
8+. Okay, so that makes a huge difference. Although that is super fun, Easy Bake Ovens. All right, you guys, this weekend, it is going to be a 50-50 weekend. What I mean by that is completely different days weather-wise, Saturday and Sunday. Today, it's really nice. We've got the sunny skies, quiet conditions, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, very mild and beautiful. As we get into your Saturday, that's when we're going to have a few more clouds around. 65 today, expected to be our high. Tonight, mild conditions, 57, a little bit gusty up to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, the first part of the day is going to be very cloudy. Highs right around 66. Tomorrow is going to be a gusty day, though. We're going to see those winds approaching closer to 25 miles per hour, and that's going to continue into tomorrow night as well because a cold front's swinging through. That's why the second half of the weekend is going to be quite different. 7-day outlook does show a high of only 49 degrees on Sunday with sunny skies after a morning start in the 30s. So we're going from 66 on Saturday down to about 50 on Sunday. So be prepared if you're making your plans this weekend to dress warmer on Sunday. Monday, sunshine and 45. Chance for a little bit of a wintry mix on Monday night. A little bit of light rain possible early Tuesday. 45 is our high on Tuesday next week. A long stretch of the 40s. Upper 40s back Wednesday and Thursday of next week. More rain expected on Thursday as well. In the meantime, today, again, it's going to be a perfect day. Soak up the 60s because the 40s will be here before you know it. Natalie.
Right. Thank you, Caitlin. That's all for Fox 32 News at noon. Make sure to tune in for Fox 32 News at 4, 5, and 9. Have a wonderful day.
Next up. To the end of another week, and boy, this one has been jam-packed with so many different stories, from federal judges weighing in on Operation Midway Blitz and the government shutdown ending, to a spectacular sight in the sky that we got this week courtesy of the Northern